If you're not careful, you'll waste money. They had a line that used to run all the way down here, like the trim line, and then all underneath these plants was mulch. So look at that. All this is mulch. And that's not even the end of it, all the way down there. I replanted a lot of these plants, my wife and I. These shrubs. And the water wasn't really getting to this part of the lawn real good. So a lot of the plants died out through the freeze and all that stuff. And what I'm saying with this message is, if you're not careful, you will waste money, unnecessary money. Every time putting mulch all throughout here. Yeah, they say mulch keep the plants cool and stuff like that. How about I just put the mulch right around each plant, each individual plant, and then with the heavy rain that you get and all that different type of stuff, most of the time the mulch get washed away. So that wasn't even working anyways. And then when you cut the grass clippings go onto the mulch. Then they start to shoot up little roots and weeds, and then now you got grass growing all over your mulch. So now you're pulling out individually all these weeds and stuff. You see how that turned into a lot of work? So I was fighting with this, trying to keep it going. As long as, because when I moved in, I wanted to keep it going and the purity for my wife's sake. And I convinced her, I don't think we got to really do that. And then slowly, we went on a vacation one time, came back, and it was starting to look like this. And when the outside of the people cut the grass, they were blowing the grass onto the mulch. So that was causing him more headache. A lot of mulch talk, I know. So it gets to the point. So I just started, one day I came, I seen the grass was taking over, and I let it do its thing. I was tired of fighting it. I was like, this is like having land or something, but whatever. Let it take over, and now look how pure and beautiful that looks. That looks good. So now when I come through with the weed whacker, I just zug and go. Getting the job done. Same job done. Looks beautiful. Looks magical. Same thing with the weeds. We had all these weeds growing, and some of this is weeds mixed up with grass. But the weeds was looking greener than the grass. And I'm getting all this fertilizer. I'm buying all this weed and feed, all this different stuff. And the price of the weed and feed only keep going up. I said, you know what? I'm start fighting these weeds. Let it grow, and it's looking so beautiful, I cut it. And from time to time, I pull individually where I need to pull and pluck. I don't know if you can really use this message in your day-to-day life, but sometimes fighting with stuff, you just got to go with the flow and let it happen. And it started to look beautiful when you sit there and you release, because when you fighting it, it's just uglier and uglier, and it's just getting worse and worse, and the situation just continue to grow like a scab that you keep picking at or something like that. But as I sit out here taking in this beautiful sunset, I'm just like, you know what? Reflecting on the goodness of God and how sometimes we fight situations when all we have to do is just let go and let God. And we're getting the same results, if not better. And I got a bunch of mulch sitting over there somewhere, like 2 or 3 bags that I probably could apply. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to save that for the front and keep the front looking pristine and around the tree here in the back. And the rest is grass. Grass going to keep it cool. But it's all selling tactics. You got to learn to cut where you can and stop overspending, because the world we live in here, man, you'll get broke trying to keep up with all these situations. Like, why are we putting mulch, and especially black mulch at that, around plants? It should be brown so they could blend in. Same thing for like certain type of grass. We want to put in all these plants that can't handle freeze. Put in plants that could actually handle the freeze and go through all the seasons. Like a lot of these plants, I did my research. We did our research. We started putting in plants that actually could withstand all them degrees that it was getting down to. So we gotta be out here constantly trying to cover up plants. But we have these magical freeze all of a sudden here in Texas. And the year before that, we had snow, which was amazing, man. I tell you, I was joyous for at least 2 or 3 months after that. Like, it made me feel like a kid again, free again, alive. Bring on another snow one, but not a freeze. Keep that. And to be honest, I think they watering down a lot of these stuff that we keep putting on our plants and all this fertilization and all these stuff. I think it's just the best thing to do is to put it in some grass that can actually withstand these weeds and fight at it, and just leave the rest, because them fertilizations we buying, they went up on the price, and then they're not even doing what they need to do. Because when I sprinkle on, it seems like them weeds be like, ooh, yeah, boy, this stuff ain't gonna do nothing. I'm about to beat through that that stuff don't be working, and I feel like it's a waste of money. $30, $40 for a bag, and then you need like 2, 3 bags depending on how your yard is to do the front and back. And then it really ain't doing nothing. You ain't seeing the results of it. So yeah, they might say, oh, I ain't putting it in the right time. I'm putting it in the right time. It just ain't doing what it needs to do. It ain't potent. You going off of the brand, because the brand used to be once upon a time the thing, get you hooked to the brand. So now they starting to feed you nonsense. And they know they feeding you nonsense. That stuff ain't as potent as it used to be. Y'all diluting that stuff and selling it to us for the upcharge price for what it once was, for the price of what it should have been for the time that it was. Y'all wasn't charging it. Y'all giving us a discount. Now y'all upcharging us, and now we going back to the time. I guess we paying for the time when it was potent and it was doing what it needed to do. Now it ain't doing what it needed to do. But hey, if you even understand what I just said, I think I understand it. But yeah, God is good. This is just like my mini thought that just hit me like, man, let me tell y'all a story about something that I once was doing, and now I kind of feel silly now that I look back at it. I'm like, you know what? That's saving me so much more money. I be just cutting costs where it matters and experiencing life when traveling, seeing the world, stuff like that. I'm not going to be putting all this money into keeping this house pristine and you work on your AC, you make sure that stuff good. You make sure your interior is good. You do your landscaping to make sure you look good. HOA ain't bothering you, stuff like that. But to say I'm just constantly just throwing money and doing pavers around my house just because, no, I can walk on the grass. I need to actually put my foot in the soil. Or sitting there going to put concrete and put a cover in and tile my porch. No, I once was there. I ain't doing that no more. I'm trying to take that same money, save up, and give my kids experiences. Let's travel the world. Let's go see what the world has to offer, because it's so much out there to see. Did I say God is good? He is truly good. He's in the center of everything that I have going on, and he's the one who give me these realizations. Because when I be sitting there trying to put my time and energy into certain things a lot of things that don't matter here on earth, I'd be like, I'm tripping. Lord, I give it to you. I'm serving you. Like, you come before all these things on earth. Like, this stuff is just things to help us to spend our coins and put us in debt. And I was telling my wife earlier today that this life we be living is like, if you're not careful, you'll put yourself in debt, because they keeping you to spend. Every time there's a sale, is a Black Friday sale, it's Cyber Monday sale, it's all these sale to spend, and this is a deal and that deal. And then you out there thinking you're getting a deal when they just raising the price and then and bringing it back down to make it seem like you're getting a seal of a deal. Really and truly, you don't even need it, because you feel this fear of missing out. And now you spend up over all this money. You got a little promotion. Now you max out this lifestyle. You got this car. That one got a car. That one got 6 bedrooms. That. All these different things that you saying, oh, I think I need. And you don't even utilize half of the house. You don't utilize both of the cars. You don't utilize the new shoes that you just went, the new outfits. You ain't got nowhere to go because you're always at work. And then if something hits you, boom, like an emergency or something, you can't adjust. Like, especially how this stuff be going up with your blooming with your property tax and mud tax and all this stuff. Like, the home tax ain't going up much, but then it goes up because your mud tax hitting you. And if you don't got enough to sit in storage to sit there and save you for them times that stuff be going up, it'll wipe you out. And next thing you know, nobody gonna feel sorry for you. Everybody running their own race, focusing on themselves and their family, immediate family. So they ain't got time to turn around and say, man, I'm sorry for you in your situation. You can't pay your mortgage now. Let me help you out. A lot of people not stepping in like that. They gotta hear a sad story. You gotta be out, down and up, broke, almost on the street with your kids and your family, and then some people will start a GoFundMe and magically they help you out. But you're that 1% that they do help out, because there's a lot of other people struggling and they ain't saying nothing and getting down there because they probably don't even have the service to be able to make a video about it and tell people about their sad story. So you got to be careful. You got to save what you can save, not sit there and over max out your budget. And if you got $4,000 a month, live off of 2. Simple math. You don't need every sale that's out there. You don't need to keep up with the Joneses. Did I say God is good? Love y'all. Let me go ahead and hit inside. This crane just flew right in front of me and landed and stopped. You see the type of magical things that happen in my life on a daily basis? I'm just now starting to share them. Love y'all. Good night. My wife probably looking for me. Or not. She's probably watching that show. But I like to think she is.